Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and the first PvP season of Dragonflight is already in full swing, with everyone looking to gear their mains to the teeth and dive into rated PvP modes to collect honor, titles, and glory, testing their skills and their class to see who comes out the strongest. And recently, I've been getting a lot of messages from new and returning players excited to check out Dragonflight for the very first time, based on the early positive reception of this new expansion by the general community, with most of you looking for a class advice and recommendations, with many hoping to find that perfect main to become an unstoppable juggernaut dominating within PvP. For now, however, it's still hard to determine which class is truly gonna be one of the best or the strongest, as everyone is just beginning to gear out their characters, exploring a variety of talent builds and playstyle options, as class changes and updates keep rolling out regularly, with even more exciting major changes and improvements on the horizon. Because of this, it's hard to determine which class will end up being the strongest, but we can highlight some of the playstyles that have seen some of the biggest and noticeable improvements since the last expansion, primarily focusing on class specs that found themselves less than popular but have seen incredible results and changes so far for PvP in Dragonflight, in case you're looking to pick up a newly improved playstyle early as a potential main of this expansion. But right before we get into the classes who saw some of the biggest improvements for PvP in Dragonflight, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you're looking to get regular class and content updates for all the future Dragonflight builds. The first class spec that has seen growth heading into this new expansion is the Marksmanship Hunter. It is common knowledge that the class of Hunter can be quite flimsy at times, which isn't ideal in PvP combat. So in Dragonflight, all Hunter playstyles gained new defensive options. Survival of the Fittest became a standalone defensive, reducing all damage taken by 20%. You could also bolster your overall health with Fortitude of the Bear when using a Tenacity pet or no pet in PvP. Hunters also expanded the control kit in Dragonflight by rooting their enemies in place when they tread through your tar trap, disorient them with the Scatter Shot, lock them down with stun effects like Binding Shot or Intimidation Stun when utilizing a pet focus build, or send your enemies flying with a high explosive trap. Finally, lock them down in place with a steel trap snapping at their heels. Hunters have also gained access to useful ability of Sentinel Owl to make sure that enemies hiding behind pillars and walls cannot easily evade your deadly aim. But what has really helped Marksmanship Hunters the most so far has been their damage output, as Marksmanship found itself quite unlucky at the start of Dragonflight, deemed to be severely underperforming in all forms of endgame content. To help bring the spec up to a playfield level, Marksmanship saw buffs after buffs after buffs, which helped improve the overall damage output, and at one point seeing all of their base abilities and some of their deadliest talents increased by 20%. Marksmanship also has an affinity for critical strikes, which makes him incredibly deadly when it comes to burst situations, with actives and passives helping increase the burst capabilities to competitive levels. Marksmanship also gains access to damage increases via the Death Chakram, and instant damage procs through basic spells and abilities, creating powerful burst combinations which fire off in quick succession, giving them the element of surprise over unsuspecting foes. Mages have also seen major improvements so far in Dragonflight, with every spec gaining a large array of control-focused abilities, from the Fire Breath Disorient and the Blast Wave knockback effects, or freezing your enemies in place with Ice Novas and Cone of Cold, and greater tools for escape with Displacement taking you back to your last blink location, or greater invisibility to help you cover your approach. By sharing some of the most powerful utility in the class tree, all three specs of mages have grown a little bit closer and are on a much more even competitive footing than ever before. So far, the Archmage found itself to be the most popular default choice when it comes to dungeons, raiding, and even PvP combat, a spec which found itself on the tail end of popularity during the majority of the last expansion of Shadowlands. Arcane mages currently are quite powerful, capable of ripping through enemies with simple spells and abilities which help set up phenomenal burst. And after getting the enemy low, they can help finish him off quickly with devastating arcane barrages, which grow more powerful against grievously wounded targets. It's possible that other mage specs could also be on the rise as well, with Frost and Fire gaining new buffs and seeing exciting new damage combos which are perfect for PvP combat. But until then, Arcane Mage reigns supreme, climbing above the rest after spending most of Shadowlands in the gutters of popularity. Another surprising spec that has seen great success is the Mistweaver Monk. Like the Arcane Mage, Mistweavers found themselves mostly undesirable throughout the last expansion, but in Dragonflight they could spread their wings and are learning to fly. Mistweavers' main weakness has always been their survivability. The spec is very much prone to being locked down and attacked relentlessly. In Dragonflight, Mistweavers gain access to awesome escape tools, multiple active defensive options, and even passive damage mitigation. Mistweavers' healing has also improved in Dragonflight, capable of keeping their allies reliably healthy from a distance. But Mistweavers have also begun to explore more in-your-face aggressive playstyles, with the Fistweaver spec on the rise over the last few weeks. This playstyle benefits from the recent offensive buffs, which allow them to execute bursts of their own, which could be quite scary at times. This melee playstyle also helps them supplement their healing as well, perfect in situations where defensives and casting is not an option, whereas most melee strikes cannot be stopped or interrupted. This melee playstyle, however, is quite risky, as it can put them out in the open chasing after the enemy targets, and is much less safer than hiding from crowd control effects behind a pillar. And even then, monks have started to embrace this new playstyle, and have even been able to take advantage of it to great success so far in PvP combat. With Dragonflight came the newest class addition of the Evoker, a powerful draconic magic wielder capable of mending allies or devastating foes. Many have wondered of the potential that this class could reach in PvP combat. During Dragonflight beta, some were drawn to this class's incredible mobility, like being able to cast on the move, which has some obvious advantages within PvP combat, though not everyone was ready to abandon their main just yet. During Dragonflight pre-patch, many saw the obvious advantages their unique set of abilities brought to PvP, with Nullifying Shroud providing immunity to crowd control spells, or Rescue, where they can move their allies to a more advantageous position in an instant. But still, some were uncertain if there was going to be enough to make this playstyle truly stand out. With the launch of Dragonflight Season 1, it is evident that Evoker has gained quite a lead when it comes to PvP popularity, quickly surpassing all other healer playstyles in rated PvP. Preservation Evokers gain access to 5 spells of skull casting, 1 for every Dragonflight, meaning that interrupts are less deadly for them, capable of rotating from blue Dragonflight magic to bronze to red to green with ease. Evokers also take to the skies, raining either destructive fire or healing mist on nearby targets, while becoming immune to crowd control effects during the duration of their flight. Healing Evokers can preserve their allies with ease, heavily delaying the damage they take every minute to counter burst situations, or unleash the Emerald Dream to stabilize their team, even while stunned, feared, or silenced. An Evoker's oppressing roar causes enemies' resolve to break, increasing the value of crowd control effects, which is an incredibly powerful debuff effect which works well in PvP, where a perfect set of lockdown abilities could easily help secure a win for your team in rated PvP. Finally, we have the Enhancement Shaman, which saw a lot of play during the early days of Shadowlands, but was quickly downgraded to a support role when played with certain limited class options. The class of Shaman has gone through a lot of development in Dragonflight, and has gained one of the stronger class talents trees in the process, gaining access to better defensive tools like Elemental Orbit, letting them benefit from the healing increase of Earth Shield while simultaneously fueling the Maelstrom healing with Lightning Shield as well, while increasing the value of those shields with Surging Shields. Shamans also gain access to a diverse kit of control, focus spells, and abilities, with dedicated Stones of Lasso and even Capacitor Cudgel upgrade. a powerful knockback of Thunderstorm, and many different forms of group utility via sheer totem variety. Enhancement has been able to embrace its elemental side, gaining access to a powerful burst via the Elemental Blast and Lightning Bolt fueled by their elemental spirits, though this burst was deemed too strong, and recently saw slight downgrades, though it hasn't stopped Enhancement from exploring other options, like striking enemies down with powerful lava lashes, slicing their targets cleanly to pieces, or capturing lightning in a bottle, zapping their target's health away while completely controlled. And Enhancement can still ascend to great heights, executing cataclysmic output before the targets even have a chance to catch their breath. It seems that Shaman has endless talent combinations which result in incredibly high output, with many more combinations still being discovered today as we speak. And for now, that's going to be the full list of the underdogs, the underrated, the undervalued, that have seen some of the biggest success in the early parts of this first season of Dragonflight. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Are you planning on checking out any of these classes as a potential main or possibly a future ult heading into this expansion? And for now, which class are you currently planning on maining for PvP in this first season? Which one do you think personally is going to turn out to be the strongest overall? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.